I just want some truth, can you give me some truth? With what's happening now, I don't wanna lose. I just want some truth, we all need truth right now.
Hello, it is Sam again, and I am back with another interview. This time with the one, the only, Lee Dlugosz, I guess the only person I'll ever interview. He just released his newest single compilation, which is Chapter 2. I'll go up to Chapter 1. Chapter 1 came out 2018, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is 2 years later. So this one kind of encompasses from Nothing Is Real to Polyhemia. Now, what made you decide to release Chapter 2 now?
Really, I felt that it had been, 2 years. So it had been a year when I made Chapter 2 from, Travel the Earth to I Tried Too Hard, which was, the singles from that. And it's 2 years from Religion to now. And I figured that 4 albums is usually the span of a greatest hits, and it felt like I wanted, I guess it still feels this way, that I want to kind of move on to the next era, and it felt like the way I'm making music now is different to how I was and how I have been doing it for the last 3 years. So I just wanted to kind of start a new phase and to close the last chapter, not last chapter, but you know what I mean.
The Chapter 2. Now, what made you decide to remix all the songs? Because I forgot to mention that, because these are not just the originals. These are also all edited brand new, and some of them are all new mixes, which is, I think, really fantastic that you did that. And it actually would put in more work, but I mean, it was worth it. But what made you decide to remix all of them?
Well, thank you very much for thank you so much for enjoying them. I decided to remix them, remaster them, especially the older ones from Nothing Is Real and The Wilted Rose, because a lot of them were quite not up to standards, I don't think, with the likes of Electric Street or Polyhemia, and some of them just, I don't know, I was listening to them back and I was like, this could have changed, or this and this. So for Religion, that went from a 5.5 minute song to a 3.5 minute song. Beautiful Fantasy, I sped that up a bit because I felt like it was quite a slow song and I wanted to hear it quicker. Hotter Than You was a lot shorter than it was. There was a single edit of that when that was out, but that was a weird thing. And then I just decided to remix them because I wanted it to kind of feel special, not just this is a playlist. I wanted it to kind of be something that was specifically to this compilation.
I think that is a really good response. Now, what songs were you most excited to revisit? Which did you have any good memories or any nostalgic memories kind of flood back with some of these?
100%. That's a really good question. Wasn't There a Second is the first one I can think of, because I remember when I sent that to Johnny James, who's the feature. At first, I was kind of unsure of if it would actually be a finished collaboration, and I remember when he sent me the version back in 2019 of his feature on it as well. I was so happy with it and so surprised, and going back to it and kind of adding this spooky little intro just made it really fun to me. Hotter Than You, I remember at the time of making it, I was very inspired by Blackout by Britney Spears, because I just listened to that album at the time, and I just got inspiration from that. So it's always a song that I actually really enjoy. And yeah, Don't You Know My Name is another one, because I loved that song, and then when it was released, it kind of didn't really become a song that I listened to a lot. And so I asked Sam if he wanted to be on it, and he delivered, he slayed. And that was amazing. And could have legit not have like left behind any more crumbs, because you just slayed it all. Fake Happiness, because I loved adding that, again, more of a spooky element to it, and that's still really I love that song a lot. I really love the lyrics. And I guess if it counts, Truth, because I've had that demo for like a month now. I actually have the first demo of it, and I'm just like kind of messing around and stuff in the demo. But yeah.
Well, first of all, thank you so much. Thank you for having me on Don't You Know My Name. And yeah, those are all great songs. Now, on the flip side of that, what songs were you not so excited to revisit? Were you tempted to remove any?
Okay, that's another good question. Was I tempted to remove any? At first, I wasn't originally going to include the singles. At the time, were just hype singles, such as Designer Clothes, or Don't Tell Me to Come Back Here, or In My World, because I don't know, they kind of felt to me like they weren't official singles, but they were, if that makes sense. I was kind of tempted to, well, originally, before I had the idea and before Sam slayed it, I wasn't going to include Don't You Know My Name, I think, for pretty obvious reasons. You'll know if you know. And to be honest, I guess that's it. Some of them, when I was remixing them, especially the ones from Polyhemia, I was like, these don't really need a remix. Like Oblivion, I kind of just made like a radio edit of it because I didn't know what else to do. Same with Nausea. But the Terpsichore like mix is definitely like my favorite. Like that wasn't the question, but I just want to like state that out there.
Yeah, the Terpsichore remix that was featured on Chapter 2 Universe, I believe, was what that
Yeah.
performance was called.
Yeah.
Yeah, can you talk about that a little bit? The YouTube premiere that you did.
Sure. So I had no intention to do anything, me being the lazy person I am. I had no intention. In fact, that day I had to go to a dentist appointment, and I had like something done. Like I won't get into detail about that, but like yeah. So I was kind of like, yeah, this is my excuse to not do anything. And then all of a sudden I had this like kind of, no, I'm actually do something special for this. And I was racing to get this out by the 14th. Wait, it was the 14th that song came out. Yeah, by the because for some reason my software was like, we're going to take 2 hours to export a 28-minute long video, which made no sense like at all, but okay. And yeah, it was mainly like a promo kind of show. I was inspired by Kylie's Money Can't Buy kind of like album launch she did for the Body Language album, or just really just like I just wanted to make this like album launch. I performed a couple of fan favorites because it is going to be it's gonna be a bit until I can do the Memories tour and fully execute it how I want. Yeah, I hadn't performed I Want to Feel or The Glitter Court, You Out, Hear Me Out before, so I thought I'd include them. So yeah, it was basically just like a fun little idea I had, and I'm glad it worked out.
Yeah, and I'll tell our viewers, if you have not watched it, I highly recommend it. I'll link it in the description of this video. I talked about the Chapter 2 tour. Now, your Chapter 1 tour was one that was really special. I know it went on it was your longest running tour, I believe you said. So upset that I missed it. Without spoiling, obviously, what are you planning for the Chapter 2 tour? Or, like, what can people look forward to?
It's going to be something that I've never done before. Like, genuinely. I've done a little thing for it, and it may involve re-recording some things. I'm going to be filming it. I'm going to be putting a lot of stuff into it. The set list, I guess I may as well just like say, but basically it's like the whole album, the whole Chapter 2 album, in the tour. And so yeah, I expect to hear every song. I'm not gonna like snub any. And it's really fun. I love it a lot. It was meant to come out before the album was released, before Truth was released, actually. That was going to be the premiere of Truth, and it was going to be this like thing, but obviously that never happened. So that was fun. But yeah, it's gonna be really fun, and I can't wait to finally hopefully do it sometime soon.
Well, that sounds really exciting. Definitely looking forward to that.
Thank you.
Now, how do you feel about Chapter 2 compared to Chapter 1? Like, how do you feel in terms of just not only the singles themselves, but also in terms of like your growth over the years, or lyric writing, or anything else?
I feel like I've gotten better, way better since Chapter 1. Like, and I feel like even in this album, Chapter 2, you can hear the progression from Religion, then Wasn't There a Second, then Don't You Know My Name, to Fake Happiness, to Fool's Corner. You can gradually hear it, and then the latest song, which I genuinely can't tell if it sounds like a step backwards, because it was one of the first songs I ever made with my new software, so I'm getting used to it and just trying to get my brain around it. But I genuinely feel like I've gotten better in probably every aspect. And it was just really fun to kind of reflect and to let myself know that I'm doing somewhat of a good job of this. So yeah.
Oh, you definitely are. Now, you mentioned the new single, Truth, which I'll go and say I love so much. It's like hands down one of my top favorite songs of yours.
Thank you.
That includes Fool's Corner, Oblivion, Get Away From Me, Fake Happiness, The Glitter Caught You Out, Hear Me Out, Disco Heart, all those great ones. Can you talk a little bit about Truth, like what the song's about and how it came about and everything else?
Yeah, of course. So Truth, I sat down one day and I made this song. I didn't have like any idea of what it was going to be, but I really loved the production of it, and I slowly came up with this melody of da 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 da, and I kind of just put the pieces together. I started singing, messing around with it, like on the demo, and just kind of getting down all the melody, getting down all the production. In general, the song is kind of about the world, how everything does kind of seem a little unclear right now, especially with coronavirus and politics, or just everything in general. Everything kind of seems a little messy. So I just channeled that into, like the song. If there is a solution to end all of this pollution, free all of our doubts and free all of ourselves, was something that I thought of. Are we all stuck in a reverse time wave? Kind of like we're going back and forward constantly. So yeah, really, that's what the song's about, and that was the background of it.
I just gotta say, you were such a good songwriter. Like, I'm in such
Thank you.
Yeah, it's a great song. I'll also leave a link to the full-on Chapter 2 album in the description as well. Now, last question before we get to the next section, which don't worry, it's not that long. But the last question is, what is next for Lee Dlugosz? Besides spoilers or anything like that.
What's next? Well, there is still a while to go, but I may as well just say I have started working, we can say in quotes, on the next album. I have no idea specifically what it will be. I think I've come up with a title of the album, and I've come up with this kind of like concept of what I want to do, and now it's all just about executing it and making sure everything is done down correctly to details, to making sure I'm happy with every millisecond of this album that I'm about to make. It will be an album. I don't have an idea of making an EP, though that would be a cute thing in the future, maybe, because I haven't done that yet. But as of now, it's definitely going to be an album. But before that, it will be the Memories Tour. So, yeah.
Well, I am definitely excited because you just gets better and better. Especially Electric Street and Paul. I listen to those albums all the time, so excited for LD8 whenever you get to it. But yeah, definitely until then, Chapter 2 era is amazing so far, and I'm excited to see what else happens.
Thank you so much.
No problem. So our last section is we're going to play a game. I thought it'd be kind of funny. It's totally new. You've never heard of this game before. It's called Kiss, Marry, Kill. Okay, yeah. No, it's not that original. Okay. But you're going to be playing Kiss, Marry, Kill with, I picked 3 songs, from the album, Chapter 2. So first round is Wasn't There a Second, Happy, and Terpsichore.
So it Wasn't There a Second, Fake
Happiness,
and Terpsichore. Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, it cut off legit a second, so I didn't know if you said that or not. Okay.
I guess you could say cut off for Wasn't There a Second.
There wasn't a second of... Wait, that's a Matt song, sorry.
And we don't need to talk about
that. So...
We will not have Lee Dlugosz shade in this house.
It's all cool, though, because we both realised that we both weren't the best at that time, but yeah, Matt, icon. Anyway, Kiss, Marry, Kill. So this is probably difficult because I think you just said my favourite single from each album. So that actually, yeah. So I'm going to marry Terpsichore because I want to carry that song on. Let's Kiss, Fake Happiness because let's get more depressed, right? And then and then I have to kill Wasn't There a Second, but that's just because of progression. So
yeah, those are all 3 really good ones. Hey, you always need the dancing and then that sadness that comes with it. Next one is Religion, Get Away From Me, and Oblivion.
Okay, interesting. So right away we're killing off Religion. And that's no shade, but Yeah. Get Away From Me or oh my god, sorry, which other one did you say? I went completely blank then.
You're fine.
Oblivion.
It's Oblivion. Right?
Yeah.
Those are both really
gonna
sensation and your island. I don't know what to call it. It's not really half the song. I said that.
Fool's Corner, half scene stealer. Let's marry Get Away From Me because I feel like that song has more. The word just completely escaped my mind. I feel like it has more. Like it kind of ages well. Whereas Oblivion, it does have a signature kind of sound that is specific to its style. So I'm gonna kiss Oblivion because why not? And yeah.
Okay. Next round is Dance With Me and Fool's Corner.
Okay. Incredible, Dance With Me or Fool's Corner. Well, straight away I'm going to marry Fool's Corner.
Okay.
And this is mainly because of Sam genuinely like just being amazing and praising this song so much. I can see now that this is one of my best songs. Like, hands down, it's going to be stuck in my set lists for a while.
I mean, it's pretty iconic. I mean, it's pretty hard to deny.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Dance With Me are incredible. You know what? I'm a kiss incredible because I feel like it has more structure and it sounds like a song. And then I'm going to have to kill Dance With Me, even though I do like that song, it's really fun, but to me it's just a bit of a mess.
I can see that. Okay. Next round is Beautiful Fantasy, Nausea, and Don't You Know My Name. And no, don't worry, you do not have to marry Don't You Know My Name just because I'm here. I don't care which one you pick. I'm actually pick.
Okay. So actually I was gonna marry Don't You Know My Name because it's once again one of my favorite songs that I have in my discography, and you helped that a lot.
Oh,
so,
thank you.
No problem.
I think the instrumental is really good. Like when I heard that, I was like, okay, this is a bop. And your parts are amazing.
Thank you very much. I just love it so much, and I can't wait to hopefully once again bring that into more of my discography, because I low-key, before it was on this album, I genuinely forgot. I was like, I have more singles than this, and then I looked and I was like, oh yeah. But yeah, so Beautiful Fantasy or Nausea. I'm gonna kiss Nausea because it's one of my most personal songs, I'd say. I love it a lot. Maybe I would redo my vocals now, but I genuinely do like it, and I think it's fine. I like the music video as well to it. Like I like it. It's kind of cute. Then I would have to
definitely it's one of your best written songs. Oh, sorry.
Thank you very much. No, it's fine. Don't worry. But genuinely, thank you. Like when I was making Nausea, my key point of it was definitely lyrics. So thank you. And then I'm gonna have to kill Beautiful Fantasy because, yeah, just I don't know. As time has progressed, it's not been a standout, I'd say, but I will say when I was listening to it back I do dance, I do bop. So it's not a song I hate, but it's definitely not one I'd be like, let's just add this to a set list or something.
Yeah.
Okay.
In my world, designer clothes or truth?
Oh, okay. In my world, designer clothes or truth? I'm gonna marry truth because I generally do really love that song a lot, and I will say it was originally actually going to be on my next album, but I can't say that's a preview of what the next album sounds like because I've had so many ideas at this point. It's not even like anything close, but why not? In my world, are designer clothes. Stephanie are gonna kill me. Designer clothes I'm gonna have to kill because it's very repetitive. And I guess you could say in my world's kind of the same, but to me, in my world has emotion. It has lyrics I prefer, and I don't know. It just was kind of like a well executed experimental song that I had. So I would have to kiss in my world and kill off designer clothes.
Okay, well, I think that I agree with like a lot of your choices actually, and that was it. So yeah, well yeah, so chapter 2 is out now. If you have not listened to it, what are you doing with your life? Again, it'll be down in the description along with his YouTube live. So thank you, Lee. Anything else you'd like to say before we close off?
I'd like to say a massive and a big thank you to Sam for doing this interview. I genuinely really do appreciate your support and your incredible talent also. So
Oh, thank
everyone,
you.
no problem. Everyone go and check out Sam. Everyone go and check out Sam because he is so talented and he really has helped me so much. And what else do I want to say? I don't know. Make sure you carry on spreading your truth.
And get ready to embark on chapter 3, or the start of it.
Yes.
So this has been Sam with Lee Dlugosz, and we will be signing off. Bye-bye.